Good morning to all of you. Looking at the current situation under this pandemic, it is not possible to hold the physical classrooms, but the learning must go on. Punjab government has taken an initiative under Mission Fateh and has issued certain guidelines to safeguard us. We can stay at home and the learning must go on. I'm thankful to Director Technical Education for providing this e-platform so that we all can learn from home. We can work from home and we can learn from home. So in continuation to my previous lecture, where I have given the introduction regarding the subject of building construction, and I have briefly explained what are the contents which are there in third semester civil engineering. So in continuation to that, we are formally going to start with the chapter number 1, which is building and stones. So I am Rajiv Bhatia. I am head of department in Department of Civil Engineering, Mir Chand Polytechnic College, Jalandhar. So when we talk about stones, it is a natural material. The building stones are obtained from the rocks, which are classified in the following 3 categories. These are the 3 categories of classification. We can classify them on the basis of geological classification, physical classification, and chemical classification. So when we talk about geological classification, that means we are talking about the classification of the rocks. They are classified as igneous rocks, and these rocks are formed by the cooling of magma. So whenever there is a volcanic eruption, the magma, the molten earth that comes out of the earth, and it gets cooled down. So these igneous rocks are formed. These igneous rocks, they can be further classified into these 3 categories. Plutonic rocks. In this process, the cooling of magma is very slow. So the coarsely grained crystalline structure is formed. For example, granite. Then hypabasalt rocks, the cooling is quick. Finely grained crystalline structures are formed. For example, dolerite. And volcanic rocks, cooling is very rapid. The magma gets cooled down very rapidly. So extremely fine grained structures are formed, and these type of rocks, they come under this category, volcanic rock, for example, basalt rock. So second type of the classification under geological is the sedimentary rocks. As we know, as the name suggests, sedimentary means in layers. So these rocks are formed with the deposition of products of weathering on the pre-existing rocks. So weathering agencies may be frost, wind, rain, flowing water, etc. These are the agencies which form these rocks. So classified, they can be classified depending upon the product of weathering deposits, residual deposits, sedimentary deposits, chemical deposits, and organic deposits. So example of the sedimentary rocks are gravels, sandstone, limestone, gypsum, lignite, etc. Third type of the category under geological classification is metamorphic rocks. So these rocks formed by change in character of pre-existing rocks. So if there are igneous and sedimentary rocks, they change their existence under certain conditions. So metamorphism is under the application of great heat and pressure and chemically inert acting fluids. So these all agencies, they act in the process of metamorphism. So pressure can be of rocks and movement of earth under the earth surface. So these type of rocks, they more stable in changed conditions. So changes produced by weathering and sedimentary are not included in this metamorphism. So these are the 3 types of geological classification of rocks. Now coming to the physical classification. So based upon the general structure of the rocks can be physically classified under these categories. So stratified rocks, as the name suggests, stratified means in layers, shows clear planes of stratification and can be separated and split along these planes. Sedimentary rocks are distantly stratified. So second category is unstratified rocks. These don't have clear planes of stratas. Structures may be crystalline, granular, or compact. Examples of igneous rocks of volcanic agency and sedimentary rocks affected by movement of earth comes under this category. Third category is the foliated rocks. These rocks have a tendency to split in a definite direction. So when we want to cut rocks, they can be cut in a specified direction in which they are formed. Third type of the classification is the chemical classification. So under this classification, first type is the siliceous rocks. In this rock, the silica predominates. As the name suggests, the silica predominates. They are hard and durable, and they are not affected by the weathering agencies. So examples are granite and quartzite. So they are quartzite and granite are of the siliceous type. Argillaceous rocks, argillaceous means clay. So in these rocks, clay predominates. These type of stones are hard, durable, but brittle. They can be broken with a little pressure only. Examples are slates and laterites. Calcareous rocks, so calcium carbonate predominates. So durability of these rocks depend upon the constituents present in it. So limestone and marble, they are rich in calcium carbonate. So they are the examples of this classification under calcareous rocks. Now, if you talk about the uses of stone, the stones can be used under various purposes, for various purposes. So stones are used in construction of buildings from ancient times. You can see all the monuments, historical monuments, just like Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Rashtrapati Bhavan, Jama Masjid. They all have been built with the help of stones, and they are still in fine condition. Following are the various uses of stone. We can use in structures for foundations, walls, columns, lintels, arches, roofs, floors, and DPC level. For the face work, for the architectural purpose, and to give a good facelift to the building, stones are adopted to give massive appearance to the structure. So walls with brick and stone in combination are called composite masonry. So in pavements, we can use these stones for residential, commercial, and industrial purposes. They are adopted to form paving of roads and footpaths, etc. Now, basic material stones are disintegrated and converted to form coarse aggregate for concrete, road, artificial stones, hollow blocks, etc. And under miscellaneous category, if we see the basalt, which is the hardest rock, it can be used for railway tracks, blocks for bridges, piers, abutments, retaining walls, lighthouse, dams, etc. So we can see these monuments, they are historical monuments, and after hundreds of years, they still are looking good and showing durability in these structures. Now, if you talk about the qualities of good building stone, crushing strength is the main criteria when we select some stone. So crushing strength of good structural stone should be greater than 100 Newton per mm square. So igneous rocks, if we talk about basalt, it is having a crushing strength of nearly 150 to 185 Newton per mm square. Then comes granite with 75 to 127. So these two igneous rocks, they are good for construction when we talk about the crushing strength. Then sedimentary rocks, limestone is having 54 Newton per mm square, sandstone is having 64, metamorphic is having slate, for example, metamorphic rock, which is a slate, 75 to 207. But all these stones, they generally are used for different purposes. If we go for the architectural purpose, we go for granite. If we go for some strength in the foundation part, or in the dam construction, or in the railway tracks, we go for the basalt. So depending upon the crushing strength and depending upon the appearance of the rock, we can select the rock depending upon the crushing strength. Second parameter for the good building stone is the appearance. So decent and soothing appearance is required for the facework. When we are using stone in the facework, the look should be good, aesthetic sense should be good. Color should not fade when exposed to weathering agencies. So when it is exposed to weathering agencies, just like wind, rain, sunlight, heat, so it should not fade. It should be free from clay holes, spots of other colors. Uniform color should be there. There should not be color variation when we use it in the appearance form. Then comes the durability. So this is the most important factor because the lifespan of a structure is almost considered to be 80 to 100 years nowadays. So if we talk about the durability, then the stone must conform to this durability requirements. So factors contributing are chemical composition of that rock, texture, resistance to atmospheric and location of the stone in structure, where we are going to place. If it is in the interior, then it is not going to harm with the weathering agencies. But if it is placed in exterior locations, then definitely weathering agencies are going to affect. Alternative conditions of heat and cold, wetness and dryness. So when the temperature is alternative, sometime it is getting heated, then it is getting cooled down. So after the variation in the temperature, these should not affect the durability of the stone. Growth of plants and creepers in joint. So whenever we provide joints in the stones, it is obvious that the joints get open up and the plants and creepers, they get grow up in that particular area. It can affect the durability. So natural bed of stone should be so arranged that it is preferably perpendicular to the direction of the pressure. So it is very much important to see the natural bed of stones and the placement of stones in that particular structure. Facility of dressing, it should be easily dressed to size, carved or molded and cut. Hardness should be more so that it is able to take the loads of that particular building or structure. Coefficient of hardness should be greater than 17 for a stone to be used in the road work. So hardness coefficient of 14 to 17 are considered to be medium hardness. Resistance to fire is a very important property which can be, which should be there in a particular stone. Shape of the stone should be preserved in case of fire. So when in case of fire, there is high temperature, the shape should not get distorted. Failure of stone in case of fire occurs due to rapid rise in temperature, sudden cooling, different coefficient of expansion of minerals, etc. So seasoning is an important factor which is taken care of when the stone is quarried from the stone quarry. It always contains certain moisture. So it should be well seasoned before put to use. Moisture makes the stone soft but easy to work on. So a period of 6 to 12 months is sufficient for proper seasoning. So this natural sap from the stone should be removed before putting it to use. Specific gravity is another important factor which should be there in good stones. For good quality of stone, specific gravity should be greater than 2.7. Heavy stones are more compact and less porous, used for dams, weirs, retaining walls, docks, harbor, where heavy loads are to be placed. So specific gravity should be greater. Lighter stones are used for domes and roof covering, where there is certain less load which is coming over that particular area. Another important factor is the texture. It should have compact, fine, crystalline structure. It should be free from cavities. All holes and cracks and patches, that should be free from those all basically the irregularities in that particular material. So toughness index in impact test, when we perform impact test on stones, if the value of the toughness index is less than 13, it is considered to be not tough. 13 to 19, it is considered to be moderately tough. So for a good quality of stone, the value of toughness index should be more than 19. So water absorption. Water absorption is another property which should be considered while placing the stone in particular condition or a situation. So more the porosity, more will be the water absorption. So if the crystalline structure is dense, compact, then the water absorption will be less. And if the structure of the crystalline structure is loose, then water absorption will be more. So percentage absorption of water must not exceed 0.6 by weight after 24 hours of immersion in water. So that means not more than 60% of the weight it should gain. Porosity affects durability of stones. So porosity, if the stone is placed in the exterior and it is exposed to acidic, frost or rain, then it is definitely get more water absorbed and it will make the structure porous. So weathering, it should withstand adverse effect of weathering agencies. Stones having excellent weathering qualities should be used in the important building. So for all the historical monuments and all the historical monuments which have been constructed in the past, good quality of stone have been used in the exterior faces so that weathering agencies should not harm. Other factors which affect the selection of the stones are availability, cost factor, transportation, If we have to transport it from a far off distance, it will be more costlier. Then climatic conditions must be taken care of for the selection of stones. So these are the general characteristics of some building stones. First of all, if we talk about the marble, how can we identify and what are the general properties of these type of stones? It comes under metamorphic. All we can see, good quality of marble is always in white color. We can see certain grains in this particular stone. Good quality of marble, it can be used for decorative purposes. Even we can see in Taj Mahal, it is constructed with good quality of Makrana marble. So it can take good polish, available in different colors. Specific gravity is nearly about 2.65. Compressive strength is 71 Newton per mm square. Can be easily cut or carved. It can be used in flooring, facing work, steps, columns, ornamental works, etc. So the states and location from where this marble can be obtained is Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, and so many states from where this marble can be obtained. Second type of the stone is the Kota stone. It is a sedimentary type of stone. It generally has fine grained variety of limestone. It is greenish blue color. It can be brown color also of the stone, contribute to its popularity. Can take good polish, mainly used for exterior works, but will also work when used for interiors. So it is quarried from the Kota district in Rajasthan. That's why it is named as Kota stone. So limitation of this stone is periodic polishing using polishing wax is required. Since it is a limestone, it is not resistant to acid and alkalis. So we have to take care of this limitation while placing the stone for the exterior purposes. So uses, the stone can be used throughout India, especially in the government offices and institutions for flooring work. So states, Rajasthan, location, Kota, from where we can get this type of stone. Third, we have the granite, which is igneous rock. It is available, we can see it is available in variety of colors, variety of designs, and variety of grains, which we can see. So it is hard and durable as compared to marble. If we see, it is more harder and more durable. Available in different colors, highly resistant to natural forces. Specific gravity is generally more than marble, 2.6 to 2.7. Compressive strength is very large, 75 to 127 kilonewton per meter cube. And weight is generally 26 to 27 kilonewton per meter cube. It is not suitable for carving. It is a hard type of stone, so carving is not so easy to perform on this particular type of stone. So uses, it can be used in steps, sills, facing work, walls, bridge, pier, columns, ballast, etc. Location, Kashmir, UP, Madras, MP, etc. are the states from where we can obtain this type of granite. So you can see how the granite is being placed at shops. We can see the different layers of this granite. It can be placed on the kitchen top. It can be used for the decorative flooring work also. Next type of the stone is the sandstone, which is a sedimentary type. We can see the different layers in this particular type of stone. So it consists of quartz and other type of minerals. It is easy to dress and work on. Available in different colors. Specific gravity is generally 2.65 to 2.95. Compressive strength is generally 64 Newton per mm square. And weight is generally 20 to 22 kilonewton per meter cube. So weight is very much required when we have to use it for some particular purpose. We have to see all these parameters while selection of the stone. So uses, it can be used in the steps, facing work, columns, flooring, walls, road metal, anywhere we can use it. So location from where it can be obtained, Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, some part of Punjab, Himachal, Madras, etc. We can obtain these type of stones. Then we have limestone, which comes under the sedimentary category. So it consists of carbonate of lime, easy to work. Specific gravity is generally 2 to 2.75 and compressive strength is generally 54 Newton per mm square. So uses, we can use it in floors, roads, metalwork, manufacturing, etc. Location states are Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Punjab, MP, Gujarat. So we can see the structure of this type of stone. in these pictures. Then we have slates, which is a metamorphic type of rock. Generally, it is blackish gray in color, splits along natural bedding planes. It is non-absorbent. So water retention is there, good for if we place them on the exterior surface, so it will not absorb much water. Specific gravity is generally 2.89. Compressive strength is generally 75 to 207 Newton per mm square, and it is generally used for roofing, sills, damp proofing, and for providing on the footpaths. So location, UP, MP, Bihar, HP, Mysore, etc. We can see the usage of this slate. We can use in the face work also, we can use for the roofing purpose also, and we can use for the passages also, where not much traffic is there. Next type of the rock which is under consideration, that is the basalt or trap. So it is a hard and tough type of stone. They're generally having high density. It is hard, difficult to work upon. Specific gravity is almost 3. We can see this is having the maximum specific gravity for all the stones we have studied earlier. Compressive strength is of the range 150 to 185. It is very large compressive strength. So weight is 18 to 29. Even the weight is very large because of the dense structure. Uses, it can be used in road metals for the WBM work, rubble masonry, foundation works, etc. And locations from where it can be obtained is Maharashtra, Bihar, Gujarat, MP, etc. So when it is quarried from the stone quarry, it is cut into pieces like this. We can see into pieces. Even it can be carved. We can see these carpots, and it can be placed in the face work also, like this. So this was all about the introduction to this chapter and few topics which I have covered in this particular chapter. So if you have any questions regarding this, you can email me at rajiv.mcbjal@gmail.com. So till then, we have to maintain the SMS rule. The government of Punjab, they have taken initiative under Mission Fateh, and they have issued guidelines that we have to maintain the social distancing along with the physical distancing. We have to wear a proper mask. We have to sanitize our hands time to time. So stay home and stay safe. So I'll be there with the next lecture of this particular chapter very soon. Thank you so much.